I sit on this show on many, many occasions, and I find myself to be incredibly objective. I get annoyed at people who accuse me of being a LeBron hater because I got news for you. I'm going to say something that people don't realize. I love LeBron James. I think he's a good man. I think he's an incredible role model, and I hope he and his family, if I ever hope that he was watching the show, I hope it's right now because of what I'm about to say to him. His children, his wife, everybody, his family members, his friends. I got mad love for LeBron James and the iconic figure that he is and the manner in which he has represented himself is just astronomical. To come into the league at age 17, to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, for the expectations to be leaped on his shoulders, and for him, the only thing in his career that has created a stain is the decision. I mean, it is as close to perfection as it gets when it comes to handling. I got mad love for this brother. He is a special, special man. But I preface my comments by saying that because I want him to listen to what I'm about to say. I'm starting to get worried about LeBron James. And here's why. I just played that sound for y'all from the shop. Just this Friday night, I was at that game in LA. They played New Orleans. And it's the aftermath of the Anthony Davis brouhaha and whether he's coming to LA or not. What does LeBron James say to the reporter? Ask me who would I want to play with, blah, 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 Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Kemba Walker, all of these guys. Of course, I want to play with star, blah, blah, blah. And he said, quote, they ain't going to control me. I'm going to say what I want to say. That's his mentality. He has gotten to a point where obviously because of his wealth, his riches, his fame, and everything like that, he is coming across as an individual who believes he can say whatever it is that he wants to say. I applaud it. I admire it. He's in a position most, if not every black man I've ever known, wishes they were in. But in the process of that, let's be clear, you're going to have people that are going to come at you with being mission-minded about the business of humbling you.
All right, pause it right there. Pause it right there, pause it right there, pause it right there. Look, man, I am no Stephen A. fan. Also, I am no LeBron fan. All right? I think Stephen A. he's turned into a character. He's no longer a reporter or a journalist in my eyes. He's a character with all his antics and how wild he get and his voice changes and his dumb faces. Like, I don't feel him no more as a journalist. He's a character. Never been a LeBron fan. I do believe that he is a great player. I do believe that LeBron to me, I don't like LeBron, or I'm not a fan of LeBron for the same reason I dislike the Cowboys. It's not so much the team itself, it's not so much the player itself as much as it is their fans or the media or how they're portrayed. America's team, the greatest basketball player of all time, all this media accolade stuff, it really makes me dislike the player. And I mean, like, it's very displaced, but it is what it is, man. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. But here's my problem with Stephen A. right here. At what point, like, what's the price? I just want to know, what's the price that a man has to pay? How much money do you need in the bank to say something unforgivingly? Right? Like, because isn't that what we all strive to be? Everybody wants to be a person who can say, go fuck yourself. Right? I mean, that's what dudes say. Like, that's what everybody says. Like, I want fuck you money. Like, where I can just say fuck you and keep on moving. Right? So, like, how much money do you have to have? If you're LeBron James, you're sitting on about $250 million. You got rings. You're the greatest player of all time. When you say stuff happens. You get coaches fired. You getting beef with GMs. You got your own shows. This dude's taking the world over, and he still can't say what he wants to say. Like, what is the price? What is the price? Like, how much does he have to have? How much is enough? Right? Because this is out of hand. Like, let's let the dude continue.
Because there is nothing, most folks, in terms of the black community, Max, and what we believe, there is nothing that most folks fear, nor detest than a black man who comes across as arrogant enough to believe that he can say what he wants to say, when he wants to say, and how he wants to say it. I admire it. I'm not knocking it. I'm simply saying he might want to be careful. See that coming.
Gotta stop right there. Have to stop right there. Do y'all see what just happened? Do y'all understand? Do you see? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Did you hear what Stephen A just called LeBron James? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? For those who didn't hear it, Stephen A just called LeBron a uppity Negro. Be careful what you say. Don't go saying that. You know they're going to come and try and humble you. You know they're going to take this. They're going to take that. That's all I was trying to say, man. Like, how much money, how much can they take from LeBron? LeBron is self-made. LeBron has enough bread in the bank that if they came and said anything to him and took what they felt that they were due, he would still have enough money to take care of him, his family, and generations to come. At what point can he say what he want to say? At what point can he say what he feel? And Stephen A. Smith, a black man, is telling another black man to watch your mouth because they're going to try and come and humble you. They don't like niggas who say what they want to say, when they want to say it, how they want to say it. You better humble yourself, boy, before they humble it for you. He's calling LeBron uppity. Bro, what is your problem? How can you say on one hand what every black person wants to do is to be able to say what they want to say at no repercussions? But on the other hand, say, LeBron, you better watch what you're doing because you uppity and you're talking too much and they're going to come after you. Man.
First of all, I disagree that LeBron should be careful. Muhammad Ali sacrificed a whole lot, and he was arrogant as could be. And he came along at a time when this country was not ready for it. And he sacrificed years of his career, and he was reviled early on and everything. But because he had the courage of his convictions, he, among other things, he wound up as the most celebrated athlete in the history of planet Earth. The planet Earth knows Muhammad Ali, knows the name more than any other athlete, what he stood for. And so to make change like that, to have that kind of legacy, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
To do the inconvenient thing. I think LeBron James, though he should be, just give me a second because this is,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that LeBron James, I know what you mean about be careful, your life could be made more difficult. It's okay. His life maybe at times can be more difficult in order for him to lead, even if that means expressing himself imperfectly, betraying an ignorance about a subject. If his heart's in the right place, he'll learn about it. He'll become enlightened.
Oh, man. It's a damn shame that Max can talk more intelligently and can understand LeBron's side of it more so than Stephen A. I don't know. I did this one just because it stood out to me, and it's a little weird, and LeBron was having a bad week, and whenever I can, you know what I'm saying, put two people in my crosshairs that I don't really care for, it's always fun to do. Nevertheless, Truth Podcast, and remember, if you don't have an opinion, you can always use mine.